To perform a conventional deadlift, you're going to step to the bar. So you're going to step your feet under the bar. The bar is going over the middle of my foot. My feet are hip distance apart, toes pointing forward, and I've got the weight, my body weight, over the middle of the foot as well, and I'm finding tripod foot. I'm going to find my stack. Slight bend in the knee can help. And then I'm going to think about pushing my fingers into my hips and pushing my hips as far back as I can without losing the stack and keeping the weight over the middle of the foot. It might transfer into my heels a little bit, but not so much that I can feel my toes lifting off the floor. So I still want to be able to feel the balls of my feet firmly in contact with the ground. I'm going to grab the bar on the outside of my knees. If you are struggling to reach the bar without like rounding the back, or if this range of motion feels a little bit deep for you, if this range of motion is giving you back pain, then we need to work in a safer range of motion. So what you would do is take some more plates, either 10s or 15s, and you would place the other plates directly under the plates on the end of the barbell. So that would elevate the bar. Now, you can make it as high as you need to make it to make the exercise comfortable for you. So say we're trying to find a pain-free range, literally you make that range as comfortable as possible, because we need to work within our pain-free range to get stronger. And then as you get stronger, you will find that you can go lower and lower without triggering pain. So as you can see, I've elevated the barbell on plates. And like I said, you use as many plates as you need to find a comfortable range of motion. You can see how it just allows me to work in a much more controllable range. When I'm in the bottom position, I now need to really brace my core. So I like to do this. I like to find my bottom position, and then I like to take a really deep breath. Sometimes I extend the legs a little bit. That's just like a personal habit. So I might extend the legs in a bit, really suck a lot of air in, and then push it down into my core, and then pull myself back towards the bar. So remember, when we're bracing, we're taking in a really deep breath and pushing the air down and almost pushing the muscles of the abdomen out a little bit to create that tight braced core, as opposed to just sucking in. Okay, so that's the difference between bracing and sucking the belly button in. So I come down, grab the bar, take a deep breath, and then as I push that air down, I'm pulling myself back towards the bar. As I pull myself into the bar, I'm also going to squeeze my arms down and into the side of my body. And that's also going to create tension in my lats and upper back. And that's what makes the deadlift a whole body exercise. Another important thing to remember about a deadlift, a conventional deadlift, is we're keeping the arms straight. You don't want to pull your hips too low that you almost end up in a squat. So the ideal position for a conventional deadlift is, we use a burger analogy. So imagine that your knees is the bottom bun and your shoulders are the top bun, and your glutes are sandwiched between those 2 points. So your hips and glutes want to be roughly in the middle of your knees and shoulders. That's the kind of ideal bottom position, with weight over the whole foot, but a little bit more weight in the heels. We've found our stack. We've sat down into the hips. We're grabbing the bar with straight hands. We're maintaining our stack, and we've got our hips between our knees and shoulders. We take a deep breath, push that air down, and then from there, you're ready to lift the bar. And to lift the bar, we're going to drive down into the floor through the feet, and then that's going to help us bring the bar up. Common mistake that we want to avoid is the hips shooting up first, so you get like a 1-2 maneuver. And if you push down into the floor, think about pushing the earth away from you. That will really help. And then at the top of the movement, this is something I have to work really hard on. At the top of the movement, we want our weight over the middle of the foot, not rocking back. And I like to see the legs locked out. Lock your knees out and squeeze your glute so that you know that you are reaching that full extension at the top. I personally don't like people pulling back at the top.